minimize the sound, or mute the sound on Twitch. But of course, since the stream wasn't up yet when I went there, I couldn't.
Oh, that's so good.
It was pretty funny, yeah.
We were torn apart at birth.
It's the ad
Apart at
for
birth.
that stupid sandwich commercial.
I don't even know anymore.
Immaculate.
It's that peanut butter and jelly centers commercial you may have seen. Uncrustables or whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah.
Oh, those, yeah.
But yeah, that was the opening of that.
I have not seen it.
It's so funny.
By the way, the stream stopped.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to.
Oh,
I'm trying to sort that
I didn't know
out.
if you're still fiddling with it or I wasn't sure if you were aware. Trying to be helpful. Sorry.
No. I was letting you know that I knew because I'm. That's why I turn on my monitors before I really get into it, just in case something happens.
Sure.
Because OBS will say you're good. I'm like, yeah, sure I am.
But if you wanted to stream, but OBS said no.
Right.
Supposedly I'm going. Supposedly my ad is starting. A few minutes. Being welcome to my own chat room. There I am. You may have to refresh if you wanna.
Sure.
Yeah, it's working on my end.
Yeah. Okay, good. Do you want to be able to monitor it from?
Yep, I had to refresh.
Yeah. I don't need to do anything from there because that monitor would be pointless.
Alrighty,
Well, whatever. I can see the chat. That's the important.
Minimize quality and stop watching. I basically put it on so you have the viewer to help attract more viewers.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
It is appreciated.
Plus, then I can pop in on your other streams and doom the players.
Mm-hmm. Bam.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
There we go. With that, hello everyone. I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbidian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and today we're doing another episode of Fabula Ultima, the castle that would pierce the horizon. Let's get right to it. Our poem of the week, rather. Not going quite that meta.
Sure, you have first poem, but can we have second poem?
I think we have 47th poem now.
Hush, now hush. Drink the sky. Let jeweled fig gleam for the cry. For there are nights when stars bend near to whisper a truth only heroes can hear. There, in groves where all paths still sleep, veils run thin and whales run deep. Travelers of wind, of bolt, of gem, have left behind their light for them. Ones who come, ones who stand, at cross of realms, at woven strand. It begins with a breath held tight, in lungs of dawn, in bones of night. 3 wings of ruin, old and dead, yet each still dreams inside your head. Wing of winds, all towers torn, once danced with storms from a world unborn. Its spires hummed in caught breeze, now chime with ghosts and shattered keys. Air remembers every vow, and tests your steps, even now. Wing of jewels, court of gleam, where beauty blinded every scheme. Each stone a lie, each facet a face, its ruin weeps in poisoned grace. They say gold still whispers low to those who'd steal its ancient glow. Wing of bolts, iron hymn, sang steel and spark till all grew dim. It roars no more, its voice is rust, yet waits beneath ash and dust. For power sleeps in dreams of fire, and dares the bold to wade and wire. But lo, beyond, where rails of magic cross land, where ley lines burn beneath sand, there waits final spire, the fall, Radobara, heart and hall. Center of the center lost, once shining bright, now turned to frost. A ruin vast as time itself, where it was written on every shelf, and in its bones still pulses hate, where shadows mock and whispers bait. Rises, slow and sure, a tide of loss no hope can cure, unless ones who heard bell can cast a brighter, deeper spell. It, of living thread, to bind what's lost and raise the dead. For if they fall, as many do, then Ascara turns to silence too. And sand shall fall in Sultan's breath, and dreams shall end in dreamless death. And from void where truth once stood, shall Moena laugh as only she could. But not yet. No, not yet, say stars in grove. Rail lines hum, choices move. Their tale is theirs, and they still sing, 3 ruins wide with fate to bring. So rest, O hearts of tail and blade, in jeweled grove and starlit shade. For dawn soon stirs, and track is set, to ride, to fight, to not forget. It calls. Waits. You are the junction. You are the gates.
I have a danger.
So, whoops. Hit the correct keys to bring us to where our heroes dwell. The countless realms on a desert of sandglass, but not in the desert, but within a grove where the jeweled, gemmed fruits hang from trees eternal, and water gleams like rainbows upon the earth, and all is peace. All is well. And there sits 2 vehicles of magical place. A train, a single train car, a Magitech marvel, and a sailing ship that doesn't even touch the water. Just hovers there. And hovers there.
How's Moore doing?
Moore finally recovers from the heat exhaustion. Needed those days of rest and just shade and relief. Traveling the deserts are not a thing that those of Tirgan Sigith really suffer all that often. So,
I'm a northerner.
Yeah. But after a bit of drink and getting to rest in a grove, you find yourself waking in the train car, seeing the sights outside the train window. I will remind everyone that you can perform camp actions. I think everyone chose some.
We didn't. Oh, yeah. I think you said that we can do camp actions, but we can't. We choose to rest or not.
Yeah.
Right. You said we get to like take the benefits of a rest, but without actually advancing time.
Right.
But we didn't do it yet. So I was going to request if anyone is willing to aid me to help me with my project, because I need to get it started or it'll never get done.
Well, what's your remind me what your project is? It's been a week.
Certainly. I have a project to modify my staff so that it can become a one-handed weapon, among other changes of different, more beneficial dice code for my stats. and wield it more effectively in combat. It requires 4,000 zenit worth of materials that I've already acquired and spent, and 40 progress, of which none has
40.
been done. So
Uh,
it basically needs someone who's got crafting multipliers to help me with it regularly, several times in a row. Or
yeah, that means
like,
me. Do
yeah,
you think we can get it done before we all explode in Radabarian fire?
yeah.
GM, I see you taking notes. Stop that.
I I don't know, but the only way we'll find out is if we start working on it. Right?
Okay, let's see here.
Like I know if I help, I'll only add like 1 progress per camp action. Isn't that right? Or do I not even do that, Corby?
You can always do at least one. Anyone can advance project a tiny bit, but tinkerers
Okay.
and alchemists go faster. They added as long as at least one alchemist is helping, they add an additional one. Sometimes they have skills that speeds it up even more.
Right, right.
And for camp action, I believe something. Oh, if you do midnight oil, then anyone can do 2 points of progress instead of the normal one.
Okay. Well, I can do midnight oil, obviously.
So you spend midnight
Yeah.
oil gathering your stuff together, trying to figure out how to magically intunify them to the to your staff and spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alternatively, like I was offering, go ahead. You were going to say something?
I'll pitch in. Why not?
Right. I
Because
believe you
otherwise we're going to
added.
be doing this until we're level 50. So I have visionary. I do not know if that triggers when I use midnight oil.
Uh, it does. Yep, because you're working on a project.
Yeah. So that is 5 progress for you then.
Because it'd be 2 for the midnight oil plus 1 because the tinker is now helping, so that's 3. If Seven's
6.
doing midnight oil, that's 2 more plus your 3 levels of visionary. So 6, 7, 8.
I'll
Well,
take
that's a
that.
good start. Yeah, that'll be quick then. Okay. And that's what I'm doing. But like I was going to say too, was I was going to offer too, if she was going to put in more points than I could anyway, then I could use my, while she worked on my project, I could do something that benefited her with my downtime instead of adding 2 in. But what do you think? Do you think that's a good idea, Arnon? Or do you
I
think we
mean,
just put it all in midnight oil?
hmm. I mean, you can choose to do with whatever you want with your actions that I'm doing this. Use your best judgment. I'm
Okay.
ambivalent.
Well,
7
in the
is too
future,
busy
I will.
measuring out little materials.
All right. Well, for now, I'll excitedly help you and also burn the midnight oil. But in the future, I will get you back. Thank you.
What are Lucius and More Duncan up to?
I think I'm going to cartography. This is a dangerous road we have ahead, and we've had we've had a few dangerous encounters so far, and I think having a re-roll would be beneficial
Mm-hmm.
on
Very much
Yes.
on a
so.
D on a D12.
Yeah.
Um, I think now that I've recovered, I will prepare a double portion for um for Lucius.
Well, that's nice of you to do. So once before next rest, if you're about to recover hit points, you can double the amount you recover.
Oh, very nice. I imagine that she probably like brings it to him as he's just like poring over charts and maps.
Yeah.
As you all take your rest, some of you take time to pore over maps, make some food, or work the midnight oil and try your best to understand the mysteries of an artifact. Stepping from the ship and onto the grove ground, at that barest bit of dawnlight, the green-armored traveler faces toward the newborn sunrise and kneels in prayer. At first, her voice is soft, inaudible from the train, but as the sun rises, so too does her voice. O Bahamute, Draco Iostete, Lux Calorum, Custos Aculapri, Speculator Veritatis. Exaudi noc vocum famili tue, cui inter stellas mortalis ambulat. Equatior, vi ante me stant, magia alina, corda audace. Viaticum, non gloriam sit misericordiam eligrant. Querunt sane, quo confracte sunt, custodiere und evisunt. Ergo vox mir surgat ad thorum aeternum. Flamma quae alas tuus conat, ante eos erdet. Luxerna ad viam rectatum monstratum, scutum contra umbros et despantonum. Ventus spiritus tu onera irum tolat. Portat eas cum virtus facilitat, tegat eas cum solitio essediet. Terra sub ungubis tus eos firmet. Gressus eum in tumulto stabilitat. Causa meorum labidibus veritatis elegat. Aquae sapentiae tua temoris eram perferunt. Lacrimae fluere possunt, sed ne operant. Dolor instrat, sed non vincat. Super omnia, oculius tu super eos lucat. Ut valiant signoscre dignos. Scientent si vise esse, ab te et ab me. Non solum mortalis eos numano, sed filius dignitatis nunquampantur. In omnibus regnis, sub omne calo, ambulant and benedicteno, tua vestiti. Et cum stellea nomina eorum litia sint, memoria tu eos tenat. And for a brief moment, as she rises to her feet, her prayer done, it's almost as if the sun brightened just a little bit and changed its color to a silvery, some may even say a platinum sheen. She then returns to her ship. No goodbyes, no farewells. There's not a word that morning to your train. Instead, the ship rises and rises into the sky. Its sails unfurl like the night sky. Catches some invisible wind. Disappears rapidly on the horizon.
That's
You
pretty
know,
cool.
until today, or I suppose, yes, I suppose until today, I had always thought that the countless realms was something of an exaggeration, philosophically speaking, but seeing that, I wouldn't doubt that the realms may indeed be countless.
Hmm.
In the middle of the train, you spy 4 platinum dragon scales.
Interesting.
Sweet.
How am I sure it's a dragon scale as opposed to another type of creature scale?
You're rather studious adventurers and have met many beasts. Heck, you've met a drake not that long ago. Although that one
That's
was
true.
a red one. But you know what dragon scale is. Some adventurers you've seen in various cities wear the stuff. But you've never seen platinum before.
Well, I'm going to go pick one up and say, I believe she left these for us as gifts.
I agree.
Even if not finders keepers.
On that note, Corby, I hate to ask a mechanical question in the middle of that beautiful RP, but I noticed that with Seven's class skill, she also covers the cost of some of the materials as we build an item. Can that, every time she uses her ability, refund in bulk materials value that I've spent? No? Because I was thinking that money could go back to her rather than just be lost.
No, that's
I don't
fine.
need it for me.
You gotta get the money in advance.
Mhm.
So alas, since you gathered the money, not me.
Okay, well, I did gather the money. I was just saying, though, like your ability reduces the cost by 300 every time you used it. So I was wondering if you would get that
Yep,
value back. That's all I was hoping.
So yeah, we got these dragon scales.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
They each have
Gonna-
a symbol on them.
Ooh.
What's the
One
symbol look like?
One appears to be a flame, another a puff of wind, a third a mountain, the fourth a water drop.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Who takes which one?
I mean,
Do we get the feeling that these are like accessories?
They are.
Okay.
I think the flame is probably meant for Lucius.
You'd think. Yeah. I'll take it for now, and if it doesn't do what if it does, although if it does what I think it does, I might not need it.
You equip it into your accessory slot.
Hey.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'd like
How
to
do we
study it
determine
if I
who
could.
gets the others? Like who gets which one? Anybody have a preference, or
I mean, I'd like to study them if I could.
Hmm. Sure.
Insight's part of it.
Cool. Open roll.
Yeah.
Get +3. Ooh, does that proc my thing?
Can I help?
Certainly could.
And I get a +1 if it's an open roll, so 16 maybe, but that'll add
Yeah,
one
it's
as well.
well, it just gives me a +1.
Yeah.
Regardless. Cool. In which case, that's a 13 or higher, so I do get 2 free questions in addition to whatever.
These appear to be as they seem. They are dragon scales from a mythical dragon type known as a platinum dragon. Supposedly, in the countless realms, there is only one platinum dragon in existence. He hails from some faraway realm you've never been, beyond even the Holy Empire. Supposedly, they're their scales bestowed upon heroes in this faraway realm. In one particular realm, their other dragons also lend their scales in a way to mimic the Great Platinum Dragon and to give better defenses. These, however, not only do they add +1 to your magic defense and your physical defense, but each one seems to be inscribed with a magical incantation that bestows extra protection elementally.
Okay.
Neat.
So presumably immunity to whatever element
Or resistance.
or resistance. Okay. I will note that in my thing. I'm not putting it on right now.
This far off realm we can't name. Is it would one almost say it's a forgotten realm?
No, I'd say it's a place where one quests in the name of dragons and usually fights
Fair
them.
enough.
Fair, oddly enough.
Okay.
Though there's another realm where there's also more dragons, but in that realm they ride them. But it's mostly around a lagoon.
That sounds curious.
Man, we're just poking it there, aren't we? Okay.
But I suppose people forget those realms. It's easy to do.
Interesting. Okay. So
I thought
either so yeah. I can either wear that or I can wear the laurel of the first pilgrim. Which is basically
with your roll, you also are able to read the some of the inscribings on the around the edges. Like you were able to see not just the emblem, but you can see there's faint writing at the very edges, which to carve into platinum scale would require the dragon whose scale it belongs to be the one that does it, or someone with an incredibly sharp tool, because dragon scale is notoriously difficult to work with, and the rarer the dragon, the more powerful the scale. So
and platinum is about as high as it gets.
Yeah. So the fact that it's inscribed at all is probably how the incantation was done. So the dragon who had these probably enchanted these.
Cool.
The fire one is marked Flamma corne tua predit. Your fire precede them. Lamp, blade, and beacon.
Even if I don't keep it equipped, that's the Lucius scale.
Yeah.
The wind one says it's marked Spira Culum Levans, and then it's noted as Inheltus tuus levatio erum. Breath of wind, lift, cloak, and carry.
I think I like that one. Is that all right with you guys?
Sure.
The earth one is marked Stabilis Fides. And then further marked Sub Ugubis Veritas. Stone beneath unshaking. truth girds their stride. And the last one, the water one. Lavacrum Dolores. Sapientia tua lacrimium fonts. Let tears cleanse but never drown. Let sorrow teach, not break.
Neat.
7 holds both of them up for more for her to choose.
I think I'll take the water one.
Earth it is. I'll take that.
As each of you holds a single scale, even if it's not equipped, you see magical runes appear around each of the emblems, and the emblem itself starts to glow in color. The red looks like fire. The breath of wind starts to fill with streams of cloud. The earth one fills in like solid rock is embedded into it, and the water one actually it's like a pool of water. It's just is permanently in place. Even if you tipped it upside down, it doesn't drop. It's just kind of this. It's like it's stuck there.
Neat.
Free water fountain.
And you said it definitely gave +1 defense and magic defense and some elemental protection?
Depends if you equip. That's what he learned it does. He doesn't know what it does beyond the magic and physical defense until someone equips it.
Mhm.
I'll equip mine.
You took which
I
one?
equip mine. The wind, I believe.
You die. No. You gain resistance to air or wind.
Okay.
And as a action on your turn, you may choose to either gain the flying condition, to turn invisible, or to be able to carry far more than your body otherwise could.
Nice.
Oh.
That might actually be better for one of you since I can fly with my powers, but
I was gonna say, that sounds almost more like would be really good for 7.
Yeah.
yeah. Is it impossible for us to trade, or are we like attuned to them?
You can trade them around.
All right. Why don't I pass this one on to 7, and I'll take the one 7 had, which was Earth, I believe?
Yep.
Okay, I'll switch. And I will equip the Earth one instead.
Gives you resistance to earth.
Mhm.
And as an action, you can steal yourself in that you plant both feet into the ground and you become immovable. You can't be moved. Which means you can't be knocked prone, you can't be pushed back. You freeze in place. Whatever hits you is like hitting a mountain. You also can walk when you're like this. You can't run while you're like this, but if you're walking, you can't be reduced by like some sort of difficult terrain to slow or to a frozen spot. So say you're frozen in place and you use an action to say I steal myself. You become power. You can move like a mountain moves forward, like
Right.
tectonic plates. So you move slowly, but you will move
Deliberately.
You can't be
Very cool.
stopped.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Though, well,
Yeah,
in
that's
this mode,
good.
you can't lie.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Lie
what?
down? Lie down?
Fib.
Ah.
Speak falsehood.
Is that for all the scales?
That's for the Earth scale.
That's
Okay.
the scale.
Cannot fib.
When the power's
Um,
active, to be fair, you if you just have it on you, it gives you the +1 to defense and physical because you're wearing a dragon scale, and that's an extra bit of armor that's basically dink. Yeah, if you hit me there, I'm taking nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So the cannot tell lies is only when it's active or when being like actively worn.
When you steal yourself, so when you
When I
use
steal myself.
yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna mark also the +1 defense and magic defense. That'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
do I will I be sacrificing anything, beyond its effect if I unattune to the laurel of the first pilgrim
No.
to try this out?
No.
Okay, cool. I would like to at least see what the new toy does.
It would give you resistance to fire.
Yeah, that tracks.
Which I think you still benefit because you swapped out items.
Yes. I go from being immune to fire to just resistant to fire.
You, as an action, can either summon a flame to hover near you as a light.
Okay.
You can change your damage type of any weapon you bear into fire.
Ooh.
And you can, as a third thing, emit not just a small light, but a bright light that is like lighting yourself up with the brightness of a lighthouse. Meaning you can become a navigational aid for people to find their way to you. But from your perspective, it also helps you pierce darkness for quite a ways because you basically are the lighthouse.
Okay, that's useful, and it
That is
gives me +1 to both my defenses, right?
That's just for it being a dragon skill.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll keep that attuned for now.
I think I will try equipping mine as well.
You get resistance to ice.
Yes.
That's also the water type. You, as an action, can embrace the tears within. When you do that, if you get hit and take damage, HP damage, you recover half that damage in mana.
Ooh.
If your
Oh.
mana is already full, you instead have physical resistance.
Nice. Very nice.
All right, cool. Now, everyone, by our powers combined, let's summon Captain Planet.
You get
we
the feeling
don't have art.
you get the feeling there is a ritual you could do with these four. It would be incredibly difficult and mana intensive.
Yeah,
No.
we're missing the fifth element, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, we need heart.
But nice one. Very-
Yeah, we can
Oh,
fake
boy.
part. We got fake 7 over there.
7.
Droney,
Yes.
Droney's the heart. Don't you know the heart of our team is Droney?
Vivius and Umbrinius just sulk in the corner.
Of course.
I mean,
Mm.
yeah. I got companion drone, Mark 5 version 1.
So funny.
I'd like to gently remind everybody as well that before we leave this place, everybody should tank up and max out their health and magic points, because we can drink from the fountain and bathe in it before we leave and eat the fruit before we leave.
You took a
Which will
rest, so
basically
you would have been maxed out anyway.
Oh well,
Yeah.
in case everyone forgot that. I was just trying to be helpful. My bad.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay. Then I believe we were just going to go east to the follow the ley line, see where it took us, since that's kind of our only choice.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. I'll attach this beautiful new scale on a prominent place on my maid uniform, and get ready to travel. Yes, I'm still wearing a maid uniform, everybody.
That's life, I guess.
It works. I mean, it's armor of sorts.
Hey, don't discount
Onwards.
battle maids.
That's right.
Question.
Y'all.
What level should we be right now? Did we level last week or no?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Perfect.
You should be at level 35.
Yeah, we're level 35 and 4 XP. So if we spend a total of like 4
Level 35, we say.
for Fabula, we'll definitely level again, right?
Whoops. Thank you for the reminder then.
Yeah, same. Because
Teehee.
I'm only at level 34 right now. My bad.
So thus you travel eastward? And the train moves.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, it doesn't have to. I mean, you're the one at the controls. You can go the other way.
Mm.
No thanks. I'm good, thanks.
Halfway through the day, you find yourself at a junction of ley lines.
Oh,
Yep.
here we go.
Yeah, this was the thing that we weren't sure about. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
it's
where we have
time
to
to
make a call.
pull out my map, my incomplete map, and see if it can determine which way we should go first.
Oh, oh wow!
Okay, so it's a nexus point here. Cool.
Yep.
I
That's
don't
great.
think we've ever encountered a 5-way nexus before now. Heck, I don't
Nope.
know if
This is
we've even
exciting.
encountered a 4-way one.
Has Seven ever
Yeah.
seen a 5-way nexus, or is this her first time too, GM?
The capital of
Yeah.
Oscara.
Wow.
Supposedly, the only thing that has more ley lines than that is the old capital of Radabara.
So it occurs to me that this has to be artificially made ley lines by one of those ancient groups, because otherwise there would be some massive city that would have grown here.
Yeah, 'cause
Right
some
next to
ancient
that
people would have
beautiful
found
rich
this place and
grove.
built here, because
Yeah.
why not?
Right.
There's lots of free magic here.
Yeah, everything that Corby told us about what ley lines do to the environment and the people that live around them tells us that there should be like a capital city here, but there isn't one, so it has to have been artificially made. It's still really cool though.
Yeah. So that raises the question then.
Yes.
And it was the question that we didn't want to. It was the
Yeah.
decision we didn't want to make without you here, more Duncan.
Right.
Because of the time pressure, we're on the fence as to whether or not we want to go to this yellow city or if we want to go to straight to the red city.
Which is yeah, on the way to Radavara itself, we believe. In fact, it may even be Radavara.
I think. How is the clock right now?
It's
Filling
not
fast.
great. We're at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe we ought to head straight there then.
So here? So
I'm fine with that. That's
Yep.
noise as the train just kind of shifts on the spot as like the train manipulates the ley line to rotate itself, and there's like it kind of flicks into place. Is it all right? You sure? Red stop.
Let's stop.
Everyone sure.
forward to adventure.
She pulls the train horn. They set off again.
Right.
Now we actually resolve the travel roll, because that happened at the halfway point of the day. You're like, and oh, we're at the junction already. That is an encounter. Hostile encounter.
Re-roll that, please.
Too bad.
God damn it.
Dang.
Still an
Oh.
encounter.
was worth a shot.
Yep.
As you're racing along, you find that night, as you're trundling along, a rather nasty sandstorm picks up. And although the train is rated, as any Oscaran train would be, or at least Zevin would have made sure, just out of this is what you know what trains are supposed to do, you want it to withstand elements. And the worst element you know to prepare for is the Radabaran deserts, which is a pretty high standard in the Countless Realms. This is worse.
Yep.
There's so much sand glass that's in the desert these days that the sand is now more glass than sand. So the train is, even though you shut all the windows and pull all the, and try to seal off the train, you hear tink. You can hear the bits of glass embedding into the sides of the train. You need to figure out how to deal with this, otherwise your train might get damaged.
Oh, okay, good. If I get some of the machinery parts. Whew. I'm gonna be grounded for a while. Mm, well, looks through her schematics of the train to figure out that might be a good idea. Hmm.
That sounds like insight is part of it.
Yeah. It's my
I'll come
train.
over and try to help. I won't be any good probably, but I'll do my best.
Oh boy.
That's a
It's
good
my
roll.
train. I've been living in it for years.
We're good.
You recall
19.
You recall, Zevin, a method that's used for wartime attacks. It's not a thing you really prepped your train for, because, I mean, if you get into, like, there's battles, and you've had battles near the train. That's not that weird to you. Most trains are weathered a little bit for bandits or whatever else. Hell, you've had fights while the train was moving. Wartime girding is for, like, magic cannons. Like you're being bombarded by enemy trains or airships or something. There is a way to do that. It takes you a bit to figure out how to get this train to do it. But it essentially means you have to come to a full stop and basically weather it out for a while. You can't move for a little bit, but otherwise you can put extra, because the armor you can deploy will deploy around the wheels and around the engine parts. And for that to work, the train can't be moving because otherwise it'll drag into the sand.
Yeah. And break off. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just have to you spend basically a night waiting for the and part of the next day waiting for the storm to go by. Eventually you can hear it because you rolled so well. You also hear that it's letting up. So you learn fast enough to go, okay, you can get out of wartime footing and treat it like it's a sandstorm and just move very, very slowly. And you actually don't lose that much time, even though you're hit with a storm no one has ever seen. Except near Radapara, of course.
She just did all the paint.
Yeah, that's been scoured.
Mhm.
I know.
By the next few days, when you see you're gonna see that the top layer of all your armor has been ablated away.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's nice and shiny now.
Yep.
Cool artistic
And-
streaks.
Everyone gets to listen to the horrible sound of glass on metal all night.
Ugh.
Oh, it's
hate
worse.
I can assume that Lucius has like his fancy pillows out and he's put them all over his head.
Oh yeah, just sandwiching his head between his fancy pillows.
We're traveling again. So we rolled the travel rolls, so
More Duncan.
Yes.
What is a thing you fear? That more Duncan fears, to clarify.
Loss of those she cares about.
On that next night, your second night of travel, you have a terrible nightmare as you watch. For a moment, at first it starts pretty well. You see the Isle of Tirgansigith, the rolling plains, the gleaming forests, the various settlements that you know well and dear. Then you see the sandglass cross the ocean, and it scours the land. Right down to the last blade of grass, the last clover, rending even rock away. Willpower's part of it.
Okay. One moment.
Control that lucid dream.
Damn.
Look, we've been through this.
You are able to remember the various defenses in legend and lore. And you know, although you yourself, you are a hero and you're far from home, and this nightmare is sort of that feeling of maybe you should go back, you shouldn't be far away like this. But you recall if you, a singular, just some, no offense to your character, of course, a mere alchemist and trader can become a master merchant and master alchemist, there are plenty of people before you who have achieved better than you. And there are probably other heroes still lesser than you, but are heroes nonetheless. You doubt Tirgansigith would go down quite so easily. So you're able, when you wake the next day, you don't lose hope. It's scary, it's still disturbing, but it doesn't wear at you.
Good.
All just a bad dream.
Ever onwards.
I suppose.
Forward
I prefer driving in choreo.
into adventure.
Just as you begin to approach the ruins ahead, there's a couple things that are immediately wrong. On these maps, Zevin, you would know, and Aether would learn this by looking at the almanac, that each of these areas indicate, it's not really a settlement, but it indicates a campsite. So that means somebody stays here and camps here long enough that it's worth marking on a map. So that usually means, so Aether knows at the bare minimum, there's a permanent camp or set of camps in the area. And little notations indicate there are Scaran camps of some form. Zevin, you would know that these camps probably would be like ruin delvers. Those authorized to do so, and some that are not. So there is around the periphery of such ruins some camps. They're not always in the same place, but you're reasonably certain there should be somebody. And you do see the tents of official and unofficial alike. But what catches your attention more is not their presence, it's the absence of movement. You don't see a single drone, you didn't see a searchlight the whole way during the night. and somebody should be trying to signal your train. 'Cause you're getting pretty close, and usually, especially since it's along the main rail area that you're aware of, that means that the Askaran military and the official archaeologists are here, and these are restricted digs, as I understand. So
Yeah,
they
these are
usually
absolutely 100% restricted. Like that, the lack of security drones is a big thing because those things are not
Oh,
friendly.
oh yeah, like you were probably giving us like all these warnings about like now be ready as we get close. There are probably going to be a bunch of security drones, so get ready to fight them. And then no security drones.
there's
And
nothing
it's
out there. It's just a bunch of
nothing but the
tents.
Maybe that
wind and the sand.
maybe that storm that passed us came through here.
No, but they have encampments. Like they all have like sand shields and stuff to protect them. You big metal shutters. You hide the drones in there. You nothing can live through that.
Well, we should investigate for sure.
Yeah. All right. When we get stopped, get your weapons out.
Yep.
Mhm.
I cracked my knuckles. Guns up, guns up.
Look at these guns.
They're little noodle arms, but somehow it works.
You approach slowly but steadily. You do see the train stopping station, like a platform. It's not a proper station. It's more just an unattended platform. But you see there's a place where there'd be like guards on like magic cannon turrets and where drones should be. There's no one there. The checkpoint is unmanned, so you could, in theory, just keep going. There's no one stopping you, or you could stop. It is a train stop. It is a place you can get off and look around.
Well, the other rest of the team, the people who saw the funny visions. So I will like slow down to a crawl, but not quite stop as they near it. And she's like, all right, so for now,
So you pulled the train to this a stop.
it barely almost a stop.
Train's very slowly crawling, like Seven's not sure if you want her to stop.
Well, I mean, as long
Lucius,
as nothing is accosting us, why don't we roll right on into the middle? I mean, we're gonna want to link up with the train tracks anyway, right?
Because there should be people here. There'd be a lot of people. Like we should be driving this train through like a battering ram through all the enforcements, but I don't see anything.
Lucius sort of looks ahead. Does he see anything?
Inside is part of it. It's opposed.
Oh, awesome. I'll roll insight. Okay, could have been worse.
Mine's worse than yours. You look up the ley lines a bit, and you see, that's weird. There's these big, I mean, just like in the camp, there does seem to be like some stone slabs that have been thrown around so people don't walk on the sand as much. Bits of carpet near the fancier buildings. But otherwise, just sand. You know, I mean, sand's fine. You can walk on it if you have good boots, that sort of thing. But that's weird. It's not like right up close, but like if you keep going straight along this rail, this ley line anyway, it looks like there's like a set of discs about 5 feet wide, and you think you see magical runes that are glowing on them. Huh? That's weird.
Uh, Lucius sort of puts up a hand. Seven, stop the train.
She screeches it to all. She immediately hits the brake immediately hard because they're not going very far fast, so it's just kind of like a nudge. But you know,
Yep.
he didn't
Seven
say
was
please,
just.
did he?
He did not.
That's what you get for not saying please.
Yeah. Yeah, he lurches, almost hits his head on the bulkhead, which he has done multiple times throughout this journey, by
It's
the
like a little
way.
dent.
Yeah,
It
there's a
always
little
gets in the right
dent where
spot.
there's a little dent where he's hit his head multiple times.
That
Um,
explains so much.
Yeah, it does. I'll walk up behind and say,
um,
"What? What?"
and
Hit his head again.
he looks over to
You idiot.
Seven. Um, Seven, you know more about uh, artificery and uh, presumably runic constructions than I do, and he sort of squints his eyes and he points out to where he sees the lights. Uh, you see those right there?
Yeah, you see them. And because you're a tinker, I'm not going to make you roll. Those are mines.
Ooh. All right, so everyone, I'm going to teach you a very important lesson today. You're out in the desert and you see a little circle or a hexagon or a square, and it's kind of glowing. What do?
You don't
Go
walk
in
up
and
and poke it with a stick.
You don't step on it.
why would we? Oh,
It's
oh.
called a landmine. And inside the rune thing, it powers a bunch of explosives underneath it.
Well, then shouldn't we back the train up and set them off before we roll the train over? Or can
With
we
your leg?
disable them now? No, I don't mean with my leg. I mean, can we like artificially set it off when there's nothing
Hmm,
there, or is it better to disable them?
it's a good
Like,
question.
If
would
you
they
were
actually damage the ley line, or just whatever rolls over it?
additionally, would they be of any? Would you be able to recover them? If you were to disable them, would they be of any use to you?
Oh,
Oh, hmm.
that's a good idea. I like that. I like
Yeah,
both your ideas, but we'll
yeah,
try the first one, and if not, we'll try Lucius's, and if not, we'll try Aether's.
Hmm.
yeah. I definitely like the idea of repurposing as well.
Reduce,
Um,
I,
reuse, recycle.
yes.
you can.
Um,
You can. How do you plan to set them off?
Can I try to deactivate them and salvage them first?
You can try.
I guess send Droney to do it because Seven is not walking within leg blowing range of that.
Off goes Journey. Dex is part of it.
For Droney? Or for me?
For Droney.
For Droney. I believe in you, Droney. And in fact, I think I've got a class ability that helps you.
Oh, because you get one of those cap. Oh, you got a capstone.
Yes.
oh, you can get a reroll on dice for a fab.
Yes, I
Nice.
will spend my Fabula if necessary. Okay, roll is. What's your best stat, buddy? Ooh, it is Dex. You're right.
Hey.
Oh,
No. What?
yeah. Oh, no.
I
Stop
I can't
that.
roll any better than that.
Oh, that's
I don't think I
so.
can force you to re-roll it. Anyways, goodbye, companion support drone Mark V version 1.
I mean, you can
Can we
get. There are
spend to make
2d10.
Corby reroll? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Corby.
Yeah. Those are 2d10s. You rolled 6 on 2 of them. You can roll better. You can roll better than 16.
I'm attached to companion support drone Mark V version 1. Let's re-roll both of those. I will spend it to hit straight a loyal, logical magic tech drone to detonate. Let it go. Let it go.
Da, 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 da. No.
I
Well,
guess
I
this is
guess
a
that
Boom.
solves
review about your
problem
roll.
one of like the landmines are in the way. As she like She like opens her little control panel of the train. She flips it open. There's a little holographic display, and she starts trying to clip the wires on this thing. And all of a sudden, and you hear like a puff of sand out in the distance. And she's just staring at her little screen. She slowly closes that, and she reaches to her toolbox to pull out the parts for a new drone.
Well, I mean, how much HP does it have? I might not kill it. I might just damage it really
Well,
bad.
it has 57 HP.
It might survive. Hold on.
Oh, that's yeah.
It's pretty tough, actually. Well.
I think that's tougher than we were when we started out as fresh-faced adventurers.
Yeah.
Wait. Why am I looking in here? I have the book for a reason. But
Also, does it have any resistances or anything?
it might. That's why. Oh, actually, does it have any? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. 7.
What's that?
You're being asked if your drone had any resistances or vulnerabilities.
Resistance to earth, immunity to poison, vulnerability to air.
Resistance
My
to
brain
Earth might
short
apply.
circuited as I was staring at my stats.
So
Is this Earth damage or?
I'm determining that.
Okay.
The mine it sets off is darkness.
Ah.
And it takes 40 dark damage as a plume of dark magic tries to destroy the thing.
Does that basically destroy the mine, or is it still there?
Oops.
Let me wait for the
Goodbye,
sand
everybody.
clears.
Nope, we're gone. We're just gonna.
Unfortunately, that landmine was load bearing.
Let's quickly.
Oh no.
Here we go. Cam just I hit the key on my mouse and it very happily threw me out of the screen. So give me a moment to reload.
Yeah. I saw you drop off suddenly. Yeah. Sorry, while it's reloading, I was just going to say, did that actually destroy the mine, or does the mine still exist?
That's all I was about to roll, and then I hit a button on my mouse. So that is a maybe.
Gotcha.
I have to roll still.
Gotcha. That's funny.
Oop.
Welcome back to the roll 20.
Oop. Okay, so that should back. And sure. Yep. Good. Zoom. Tick tick. Dang it. I need to roll this and this. Nope. The mine is still there. It plumes its magic up, and the drone flies back a bit, and you can see the pulsing purplish skull on its face with horns. The modern symbol for dark magic.
Oh.
Well, on the plus side, you can try again.
Oh, your drone's in crisis, I imagine.
Yeah, it is. It is.
As it barely stays flying. Oh, and just to make things worse, I got doubles, so that was opportunity for the bad guys.
Yeah.
That's fun.
No.
What'd you do? Advance the clock?
You advanced the clock.
Put us under more pressure. Sure.
You notice it darkens as if it were night. As you peek upward, it looks as if every shard of glass is floating up to blot out the sky.
It's weird, but it's never been freaky like this. All right. Yeah, I can't drive the train over that. Same time, I can't just. Oh, like she pulls on her pigtails a little bit.
Journey will slowly come back.
Beep boop.
Beep. Boop.
You okay?
Boop.
Is he asking you why did you program him to feel pain?
Nonsense. I only did that with Mark II.
Beep.
Okay.
Boop.
No, they do feel despair though.
Boop.
I'm kidding. Or am I?
Poor Droney.
Boop.
All right. Well, no, that's not gonna work.
I'm glad it wasn't me, says Umbrinius.
Umbrinius, honey, I would never do that to you.
Bibius.
Vivius, on the other hand.
Hey, what the
Oh.
hell? What did I do?
Hmm.
Poor
Okay,
Vivius.
okay.
Hope your babies get a bad tan. Umbrinius just shoots Vibius a look, and Vibius just whistles innocently.
Perfect.
All right. Well, we need to pass this, which means we're gonna need to try to deactivate them because setting them off hasn't working. Okay.
Okay. Well, I still think you're the best one equipped to do that. Like you understand this kind of magic
I mean,
and
dark magic
technology
ain't my
more than any of
specialty.
us. No, I mean like the mine itself, though. Like the thing that they triggered. Like I don't know anything about that kind of magic,
All right. All right.
like traps or whatever.
Still probably gonna need you though, because I think that's what tripped me out. Sevens, can she repair Droney or something?
How do you heal your companions?
I guess she's got to repair it. Does she have any spare parts lying around for Droney? Like she breaks them so often.
I would treat it as if you spend for a potion, the equivalent for a drone would be like a repair in a Magitech world would be a repair kit. So you probably grab a Magisphere out of your bag for an inventory point, and then use that to help repair the drone faster than just letting it self repair protocols take care of itself.
Just one inventory? Okay.
I think it's just one. I forget how much a potion is.
4.
Oh.
Potions are more than Potions are more than one.
Potions are 3. Elixir.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, there's 3.
3.
I mean, remedy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. I'll repair it.
Splash. As it gets covered in repair oils, and the Magitech of Earth and bolts kind of help speed its self-repair protocol, so it repairs way faster than it otherwise would have.
All right. Well, this is capital tech, so everyone gather up. Just gonna.
I have an option. If you can tell me what I need to do, I can go work on it. I resist dark damage.
You do? You sure about that?
Yeah, I don't mind trying. Just walk me through it. Like what would I
Okay.
need to do?
Well,
How-
Seven's gonna set up Droney still, just with you.
Cough
Okay.
the assist, I presume.
Yes.
Sure. All right, I'll go over to the thing and follow the instructions that I am taught to how to try to disable the mine. Like I'm not doing anything fancy like try to recover it. I'm just going to try to disable it.
Luckily, Droney has a little holographic display, so she can kind of point the right direction.
I'll note, now that you're a lot closer, Aether, that the one you're working on is dark, but the other ones have different elemental symbols on them. So they're not all
All right,
dark
I'll call
damage.
that. Yeah, I'll call that back to everybody. Can I determine what elemental symbols they all are, or what I need for them to go off first?
You can give me insight to kind of look and try to see if you can see them properly.
I'll worry about that later. I want to save my roll for actually working on this one right now.
Dex is
if
part
that's
of it.
all right.
Oh yeah, it's totally fine with me.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm dexterous and fairly smart, so I'll do an insight dex roll. Is it an open roll or
Opposed.
Okay, then I don't need the ring then, so I won't switch my stuff. All right, here we go. Oh, I got a critical success if you don't roll better than me.
Set the clock back.
And
Yeah.
I'll assist.
You can roll the assist, but they got it. That's hilarious.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I pushed that clock back with this success for some reason.
yeah,
That's
the mines look like they were going to slow you down immensely, but you get the feeling that actually worked. It sounds complicated, but once you're walked through it, it's like, oh, if all you're doing is disabling the thing, you just have to rub out that magical rune and take out that magisphere, and yeah, that's it.
right.
These are pretty simple once
Okay.
you know how they work. Kind of reminds you of a
Do
bear
I-
trap. It's like a Magitech version of the big panther traps and shadow cat traps. I mean, it's more complicated,
Do I
but
think-
same idea, really.
Do I think with that understanding that it might make it a little easier to try to recover the next one instead? Since I
If
understand
you
a
now
little
that,
more
now
about
you've
how they
done at least one of the rolls successfully, you know that I get a +2 to my opposition for how well they're placed. If you beat me with
Yeah.
my +2, then you can recover the mine instead of just disabling it.
Okay. Well, I'll consider that when I come to the next one. Now I'm going to look at the next one and try to puzzle out those elements, like you said. And you said that was an insight roll.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll also note
I'm
the
gonna-
the glass in the sky starts falling like rain. Not heavily, but enough that it's tinkling along and making noise, looking creepy because basically the sky is raining glass. But hey, the
Sure.
sun's starting to pour through again.
All right. So after I get this first one, you'll see me like raise one arm and give like a hand wave and a thumbs up, and then I'll move on to the next one and get closer, and then I'll try to see what kind of element it is. I got a 15.
That one is has a snowflake on it, so it's ice.
Okay, I'm going to call back. Does anybody here resist or immune to ice?
I got you something.
I mean, I'm resistant to ice myself, but I was just checking with everyone else as well.
I am.
Okay.
That works.
I don't mind doing this one again, though. Plus, if I fail and take damage, I'll take a little less. So, all right, I'll try this next one as well.
Are you recovering it or disabling it?
I'm going to call back. I think I might be able to recover it. You think I should try?
I mean, if you want to, but it's a big risk.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to try to disable it.
Okay.
Oh, that's a bad roll. Hopefully your roll's bad too. Yes!
Mine's worse.
And he did.
And it's a 7, so it's still a success, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The trick is it can be below 7 in an opposition still succeed, but you can't get opportunity from 5 or lower doubles.
Right.
Yeah, unless you have a special thing like I do.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
Hey, I
have a
got
special
past the
thing that
next
lets
one,
me
too.
do that under certain circumstances.
And how many more are there? Just one more?
You can see right here how many there are. Ooh.
You're almost a third of the way through.
Ew, okay. Well then. What's the element on the next one?
Insight's part of it.
Like bingo, but you die.
Yeah.
That one is air.
I definitely don't resist air. Oh, wait. Yeah, somebody just got an element for that. Not me, though.
7 does.
All right, I'll go out and do it.
All
I
right,
guess
I'll
I'll
back
equip that
up.
little charm.
Yeah, good idea. I'll back up out of the way and let you handle
So,
this one.
as a reminder, the charm is wind res, and I never added to my sheet.
Oh, you didn't add its powers?
Yeah,
Oh, hold on.
+1 defense and magic defense, resist wind damage, and something else that you do as an action.
So you can activate. It has 3 different things it can do. As an action, you can give yourself the flying condition, make yourself invisible, or make yourself able to carry far more than your body would otherwise allow.
Yeah. We all heard those and thought, yep, 7 would be great with those.
Okay, so Fizz Res, Wind Res, Mage Res. Okay.
The loot goblin gets the ability to carry more shit.
Ah, yeah, that
That's what I
tracks.
thought of immediately.
Okay, I'll add that defense. I'll add the defense. I'll add the wind.
Yep.
All right, let's do this. She'll put the charm on her belt.
Very good. And are you recovering or disabling?
He wants to be greedy. Recover.
Well, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You take half damage.
Why would you say that?
I know. Because I knew it would be funny.
You said loot goblin. You said the magic words. Roll. What do I roll? Input? Insight?
Dex.
X.
Even with +2, that's 5. That is not enough. So you have recovered. You need to succeed at getting at least 3 of these mines for it to be a permanent part of your inventory. For now, you have a 1-use magic item of a wind mine. A wind mine that is set to do 40 wind damage. As an action, you place it. If you're in the middle of a combat, you can place it and then you back away from it. If someone approaches you to attack you in melee, they automatically step on the mine because you would be positioning yourself to be near the mine to force them to get to you. Unless they're flying or something, like they have to have some way to evade, or they do a ranged attack, then they're evading the mine. Alternatively, you can do a Dex opposed roll and hide the mine. And if you beat the person who steps on it, they take the damage. There is a D12 chance that it will detonate. So, and not because usually it just fires its shot and then reloads. If it rolls a 1 or 2 on a D12, then the magic, whatever magic was left in it, destroys the mine itself. So in theory, you could keep using the same mine over and over. But for now, it's not something you have as an inventory point. It's something you can. It's a magic item you can. It's a magic weapon you can use, basically.
Cool. And if we get 2 more, then we can make it a permanent thing that we carry around.
Yeah, because the presumption is you have enough to study later, and then between 7 and more, you'd be able to manufacture them.
It's
Sweet.
good stuff for me. Yay!
Would you like me to see what the next element is on one of these?
All right, yeah, let's see what the next element is.
Yeah.
All right. I'll keep doing that. I've been rolling good so far on that.
Insight's part of it. Yep. Boop, boop. This one is also air.
Okay. I'm going to leave that for you, 7.
Which element did you say?
Air.
There again.
Here again.
All right, I'm gonna get greedy.
Okay.
Yes. Love to see it.
Dex again, I assume?
Yes.
Do we love to see it though? Do we really?
Oh. Boom.
Oh geez.
Well, it's no critical, so it's just half damage, It's what, 20 to 7, something like that? She'll be okay.
You take 20 air, 40 air damage with resistance because of the scale. You only take 20 damage.
And is the mine still there?
It's still there.
All right,
Try
again.
again.
Again, you say? Okay, let's go.
Again. We're glutton for punishment.
Oh no.
Take another 20.
Boom.
You're
it
getting
still
a live
there?
feed directly to the train.
Oof. Yeah, it's still there. It's actually gathering magic because it's near the ley line. You're realizing how, why these things can charge. They're best used around ley lines.
Mm.
Free power.
Yep.
All right, let's just disable this one.
All right, so I don't get the +2 this time. Yep, that one's disabled. Are you in crisis?
I'm in 30. Oh, I am exactly on crisis. You're right.
Do you want me to heal you?
Mm.
We'll see what the next one is.
Okay.
I'll check the element on the next one.
Insight.
Yes, sir.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fire.
Oh,
Okay. Hey, Lucius.
He whistles for Lucius and trudges back to the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucius.
Put your laurel on. I think you're immune to fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Wear your
Can I
laurel.
just put on the laurel?
You can, yeah.
Cool. Then, in that case, I am immune to fire.
Why are you bringing Ambrinius and Vibius close enough to get hit?
Because
And
That's
they
their job.
follow
I'm gonna-
me.
I'm gonna grab Vibius and like drag him away a little bit.
He'll shrug you
Over
off.
here.
He'll shrug you off. And he gives you a look. I'm here to protect him. If he gets blasted, if his magic item doesn't work, I need to be able to pull him away.
I just shake my head at him. Okay.
Yeah, Seven just kind of trots past Imbrinius. Her pigtails have come out. Her hair is sticking out in 7 different angles.
Dex and Dex.
And Brinius will politely not comment.
Mm-hmm.
Aether
Alright,
is not so
there.
polite. I'm gonna walk over and say, "Hey, Seven, I heard blackface is really out of style now."
Wow.
Okay. So it's one. Part of it's Dex.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. I'll roll Dex. I'm just
Are
confirming.
you
what
recovering it or are
rolls
you
are.
disabling it?
Oh. Once I confirm what my stat is. Okay. I have a D10. Only a D8. I'll try to recover it.
Okay. Because it's recovery, it goes off.
Oh, no.
You're immune, thankfully, so the fire damage does nothing. It's still there.
Okay, let's try that again. Recovery.
Okay. Boom. Still there.
Keep going.
Recovery.
Even with the
I got
+2,
it.
you got me. You've recovered a fire one. So now you have, unless you recover a third one, you have a 1 wind mine and 1 fire mine.
Okay.
Are you just gonna see which the next one is while you're up there?
Yeah, I might as well.
Inside's part of it. Yep. Bup. Oh shoot, I forgot about your free questions from an open roll from earlier. Oh well.
I get to save them.
That's right.
That's a thing Yep, I just have a thing where I can save questions.
This one is ice.
Ice.
That's Aether
I
again.
am. Hold on. Let me check something. Let me check something. I gotta confirm. Okay. I can resist ice damage, but I think I'm not the only one who can.
I can
Aether
also
did the.
resist.
Yeah, Aether also resists fire, so any of us can do it.
Or you mean
Ice, not
ice?
fire.
Not me. Not me, please. Please no.
Yeah, if you
You
want
gonna
to
go
try
ahead
and
and do
take
it while
that.
you're there, Lucius, or do you want to call it
Yeah,
ice over?
I'll give the ice one a go.
Okay.
If this is just
This
Disable
time
or
I'm just rolling to disable this
Okay.
one. Cause
You've exploded yourself enough already?
yeah.
enjoy 40 ice damage.
Well,
20.
brought down to 20. And the reason I have the ice immunity, because I would have known to do this in advance. I switch out my shield.
Oh, okay. You have a shield that gives it to you.
I yeah, I have a shield that gives it to me. And that's 20, you say? Ow.
Yep, after resistance.
Well, if it's resistance, it's half. If it's immunity, you didn't take any.
No, it's only resistance.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give that one more shot.
Okay.
I get Zorded again. Okay,
Got more than me. Disabled.
cool.
Are you alright?
He looks frosted over.
Just fine. Snaps his fingers and the laurel makes like a little flame that starts warming him up. Or not laurel, the scale.
Yep.
I'm gonna come
The
check on
flames that you light are not red flames. They are a silvery white.
Ooh.
Pretty.
Pretty.
schmancy.
The
I'm gonna
light.
check the next one out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The light of the first fire.
How appropriate for the first pilgrim.
Hmm.
What, the last pilgrim?
All right. Hey, I got a critical success on identifying the next element.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I was identifying. Yeah.
3,
Still
1,
critical
2,
crit, right?
3. That is darkness.
Perfect. I'll go ahead and open it. Do I still get the result of a critical?
Yep.
Clock.
Yeah, that clock has been putting a lot of pressure on it, so I'm going to push it back down again.
Yeah, you're learning a lot about what's going on out here, and you get the feeling that you're not the only one trying to figure this out. This looks like it was intentional, not meant to attack you guys per se. It was meant to make something else either not be able to go in easily by the ley line or leave by the ley line easily, which that's good information to know. And
It might be holding something in.
yeah. Which, hey, if it tries to escape, you're standing in the way of it, so, silver linings.
That's true. Right. All right. I'll take this one up. Just because my friend really wants one of these to keep, I'm going to try to recover this one.
What's the damage on it?
It's darkness.
I'm immune.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you do it then. But I'm going to
I have
say,
a-
if you're immune, why don't you go ahead and try to recover it? It can't hurt you.
Yeah.
Do it together.
Yep,
Yeah, I'll stand nearby and help. That way we get a little help too.
I'll do a.
But you
I'll
lead
try
the
to
roll.
recover this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 11.
It's a 13. Sorry, a 12 then. So
Uh,
I get
DM1.
14, yep.
Yep.
Dark
Boom.
damage, and does it stay? It stays.
So
Okay.
I'm immune, but does Aether also get hit because Aether assisted?
No, because the presumption is that Aether is like handing you tools and standing some safe distance.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll work.
I'll do this again.
'Cause
Here we go.
It's something you could reasonably assist without being physically touching the thing.
Oh, what
Ah,
a terrible roll.
Yep.
Maybe he'll roll bad too. All right, so I did add +1,
but
but you
it's
still won.
still yes, because he's still got the +2. All
Well,
right,
as long as it doesn't go away, like you can keep trying.
It's still there.
11.
Yep. So you can try again.
Nope, 12 beats me.
Yeah, I wouldn't help wouldn't make a difference. So
Still there.
actually, if we get a tie, what would that mean?
No,
It,
because
nope.
tie.
If it's a tie, you force a reroll.
Oh yeah,
Okay, well let me see if my help helped then.
Yep.
it does.
You force
That
a
forces a
reroll.
reroll.
Go ahead.
Another 11.
Well,
Stupid.
At least it isn't hurting you.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's that.
Not hurting me.
Just being blasted in darkness.
God.
Oh, there you go.
Finally.
I wasn't any help that time anyway.
Yep.
Oh well.
Okay.
Hey, we
And
got it.
that's 3.
That's a recovery.
All right,
Yeah.
so you've recovered 3 of them, which means you now have you now can set aside those regular magic items because now you have them as inventory. You for an IP cost of 3, you choose an element of your choice: air, bolt, earth, fire, or ice, or because it costs more, you get more. Basically, oops, sorry. Oh right, doi. Basically any affinity but physical, because these are magic.
Mm-hmm.
Magically induced explosions. You can choose any element you want, and it does 40 damage on a d12, and so on and so on and so on. But it's now it's an inventory item that any of you can summon because it's you've now gathered enough that you can you have a sample that you can.
Yay.
How much damage?
40
40 for three IP.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it's
It's a
like
nice alternative to an elemental shard. If we're facing
Yeah.
an enemy that's got a weakness and he keeps coming after you in melee, you can put a trap down and make him think twice,
Yep.
The Witcher strat.
or punish him for going after you.
The
Yeah,
Witcher strat. Yeah.
cool.
Fortunately, I can't use my my quirk ability on it.
Still neat.
Yeah,
Well, while
thank
only
he's
you,
a level
admiring
shard.
that, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Thank you for free item.
Yay.
Much money.
Much money.
I was going to say, while he's admiring the third one that he got and taking it over to 7, I'm going to go examine the next one's element.
Insight.
Yep.
Yep. I closed the thing. I kind of needed that still. Dark.
Okay, here we go again. This time I'm just
that could be
aiming.
you again.
Yeah, this time I'm just aiming to disassemble.
Yep,
Okay.
I get out of the way. I don't even think you need help. Maybe you do,
Blue.
but at least you don't get hurt.
Boom.
Still there.
11.
Disabled.
And he'll take a look at the last one.
Insight.
I have no idea.
You're not sure.
Huh, this one's symbology doesn't match any of the others.
Let me go help.
What do you mean doesn't match?
Maybe help will get us a success. Yes, it takes
That's 7.
Yeah, it looks like some of that sandglass scored the top of it, which, on the downside, does not make it not work. It just makes it hard to identify what element it does.
Oh, I'll say this. Out of everything, I have the most immunities on the board. So
Yeah, you go ahead and handle that. Plus, once it
Wait.
goes off, we'll know what element it is.
Like Seven volunteered Droney, and then Droney backs away as well.
um that's funny. I'm just rolling to disable.
Okay.
That's 10.
Who knows what it does?
Ah,
Doesn't work
it doesn't
anymore.
matter. We can save it. Yeah.
Yay.
Who knows? Who
I'll come
cares?
over. I'll give you like a clap on one shoulder, and then as you turn to face me, I raise my right hand for a high five and go, "We handled that like pros, Lucius. Good job."
As his entire
My high
like,
five isn't even up to your shoulder hardly.
yep.
Yeah.
We handled that so great, Lucius, you say, as like Lucius's face is covered in soot from being blasted by fire and darkness like
No, I
15
know.
times.
That's why it's funny. Aether never had one explode on her.
I feel like Lucius is like, it's like his hair is blown back.
Are you alright?
Fine, just fine.
More Duncan calls from the air-conditioned train.
Yeah, like Seven here is like got her hair blown in all these different directions. Probably some of it got sheared off by some of that glass.
Mm-hmm.
The wind like sent flying.
Well, I think it was dark damage that got you too, wasn't it, Seven? No, it was wind. It was wind.
It was wind.
Yeah.
It was wind.
Yeah, so Lucius is just gonna trundle back to the train.
I'm going to
Alright,
examine the
fine.
ley line moving forward to make sure there's nothing else that we missed out here before we go.
Inside's
Is
part
that
of
all
it.
right? Sure.
Now I know how you feel, Droney.
13.
Yeah, it looks like you got the bulk of the mines. Further along, you're starting to get toward the ruin proper.
Okay. I'll come back and join everyone in the train. She ended up high-fiving herself when nobody would. How sad.
So you carry on the rest of your day toward the ruin.
Yes?
Let's go. Adventure.
And sure.
You roll into the ruin. It is here you see what once upon a time must have been such a beautiful and opulent grand bazaar. You can see those primitive elements of what would be storefronts and shops, grand ways, boulevards. Old train tracks that no longer work, though there's probably, but from the maps alone that there's a station that's reclaimed some of the track. Eventually the ley line will link up to it as you keep going. And
Now I'm switching back to my light, my
to your
I'm switching my artifact back to
The
the dragon scale.
okay.
Yeah.
And of a special note, you see a grand shattered arcade with various statues carved to forgotten champions, where you see sand has been magic technologically frozen in place to replicate things familiar and things long lost.
Oh, wild.
but we see no sign of the supposedly semi-permanent structures that people would have here for their camps.
You pass those.
Okay.
You're in
But
the
there's-
ruin proper itself.
Okay. Got it. What are we looking for exactly? Like, we're hoping to find an artifact that can help us piece together and understand what's going on with all this glass sand?
Yeah,
Was
an
that the idea?
artifact, records, anything that's
Anything.
useful.
Yeah. Okay.
What we lack more than anything is information.
True. Well, how should we proceed?
You're gonna start looking around for where this may be, or do you head on to where the proper train station is?
I think as long as we're here, we should at least try to look around and see what may have been recently uncovered. Because it feels
Yeah.
like the desert's even more dangerous now than it ever was before. Would you say that's an accurate assessment? Yeah, okay. Then something must have changed, and maybe something happened here that could have been part of what caused it. And
Or even
maybe we
then,
can
just for everyone just to seemingly
find that.
disappear without a trace.
Yeah, something happened. We need to figure out what, or at least get an idea of something. We
Lucius
should
looks
investigate.
to Seven. Seven, what do you think? You know how the Sultanate's dig sites tend to work.
Hmm.
Is there anything that leaps out at you beyond the obvious abandonment?
Well, okay, so between you and me, I was a support staff for a smaller ruin dig site. I'm gonna say this one, GM. That's why I salvaged my train, then got the heck out of Dodge.
Which dig
Just
site?
kind of
Your crane here in this ruin?
this
Which
one,
dig site? Oh,
this little
this
one
one.
here.
I'm sorry, I didn't see where you
That's
banged.
kind of where I started my life on the run.
It's one to the north.
Oh, okay.
The one that's still on the train line, but to the north.
Ah.
Oh, up there.
So, you know, I saw an opportunity and I was sick of how I was living and I just kind of wanted to get out of there. But, anyways, I found, I know how these dig sites work. And like, yes, they get abandoned seasonally just because of funding. And we pack up, next team moves in. Everyone, no sign of who's going to be here next. This is weird. There shouldn't be that out there. That all the sand curtains should be down.
So you're saying that the group that would have been here would have indeed left this location empty, but they would have left it in a much more hatched up, tightened up state.
Yeah, like they left suddenly. You know?
But they still had time to leave those traps. That means
Hmm.
they left in a hurry, but they still had an eye towards their defense. And they probably
Yeah.
left along the ley line instead of along the track, so it couldn't follow them. Right?
Yeah, why is
Like
it on
maybe they,
this side of the tracks? Because nothing really approaches from here. Unless,
right.
okay,
Well,
well, that's the back
there may be
entrance.
tracks. There may
That's
be
the
traps
stuff
on the
thieves.
track too,
That's the
right?
stuff thieves. Like us. Professional criminals,
Yeah.
This is
Hmm.
this is
We should
Sultanate land.
probably.
It's
Yeah.
fully sanctioned by the council and by the academia, and by stepping this here, we're all technically criminals.
Okay. Great.
I know.
I was just going to offer if they ran in a hurry because something attacked them, it may still be here in the ruin, and we should probably all be on alert
Yep.
for whatever chased them out.
Hmm.
Agreed.
Corby, do we see any signs of anything like giant claw marks or other signs of some beast or magical monsters attack anywhere?
Insight's part of it.
I'm gonna look around for that.
Given the age of this place, the damage that's been done, a lot of it you can ascribe to various diggers and modern drones and magical lanterns and just good old shovels from time to time. In this place, you don't see the evidence of mechanical might. You don't see huge gashes like that, like you've seen witnessed by like that mechanical chicken you saw before, or those many tentacled hunters, or the harvester spider war machines. Those would be like crushing buildings and stuff. They are massive war machines. It almost, this place more looks like a place that wasn't devastated by war. Instead, it has been picked over and pillaged over countless generations and left to neglect.
Okay.
Okay. So no obvious sign of attack.
Well, there has to be some sign of what ran the last group out if they left in a hurry and left traps.
Well, every dig site should
Yes,
have a records office.
Yes,
Yeah,
perhaps
good idea.
perhaps a series of journal entries that get progressively more and more detailed as to what happened here.
Yep.
Oh, like we're gonna get that lucky.
Video game.
With increasingly more
Yes.
crazed, and then they'll find the last few chunks of the computer server just stranded around. They gotta bring it back to the big server.
Was oddly specific.
It'll finish off with like a little tube vat thing with a person in it, and we free them, and they tell us what happened, like they had been there when it occurred. We're definitely not that lucky. All right. Well, we will, however, look for what we think should be like their records office or tent or whatever. That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
So you're gonna roll the train along deeper into the city, looking for the train station.
Yes.
Yeah, the record office will be closer to the center.
Oh, hey. Nothing bad happens to you on the way there.
Yet.
Eventually, you finally come upon the train station. And at that station, you spy what is a proper train station, a locus of the Sultanate of Ascara look like? Is it this big militarized fortification? Is it this symbol of bureaucratic efficiency? Or is it a more ramshackle, hey, whatever gets going and gets working, that's what we care about?
It's mostly for transporting supplies, right? Once you get everything off the train, you can't exactly push it across the sand. So the trains are more closer to the warehouses, but it's also closer to the original areas of the camp. So once you pass the warehouses, you're near the kind of intellectual hardcore of the camp, which is the records office, the generators, the magisphere workshops, and stuff like that. All the things that are like essential, and also the things that can't be moved easily.
And not coincidentally, all the people who consider themselves important and essential would have access to the train to leave in a hurry.
They leave first, yes.
Yeah, they'd go first, right?
This is Oscara we're talking about here. We're not exactly great people.
Join the club.
Of particular notice that you'd spot without check because you're from here, Zevin. There is a distinct lack of the giant bolt spheres that power most of the facility. Not broken, not shattered, but physically removed.
Take them
taking
with
with
them.
them when they
Okay.
went.
That's not normal.
Yeah, they
Normally,
took
you
them with
leave
them
those
when
for
they
the next team. It's like they're cleared out, not expecting anyone to ever come back here again. This
weird.
place
Yeah,
isn't on lockdown, is it? Hmm.
I wonder. Lucius considers for a moment. He has to wonder if
Oh, sorry.
this.
Before you wonder too much, I have to alert you to where other ley lines are because you're at one of the nexus points.
Oh,
You
yes.
you would know
Oh,
that
yeah.
for
Thank
free.
you.
got a feeling I know where these are going to go.
Try that again. Boop.
Yeah. Cool.
Boop. Boop. Boop.
Oh, that's so cool.
Totally a pattern.
Boop. Boop.
Yeah, I knew it.
Except that ley
It's
line
another 5-way.
looks wrong.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
how wrong are we
Corrupted.
talking?
Never seen a
Corrupted ley
purple ley line
line.
before.
In all the ley lines you guys have been on, you've never seen a purple one. Ever.
Eek.
I've
I
even
would like
heard of a purple one. Now, Aether should roll. Aether would know this more than I do.
Yeah, well, what Aether's going to do first is pull out her incomplete map of the Countless Realms and roll it out to that particular spot and get nice and close up on it and read the index that explains what symbols mean and see if the map actually labels it. Or if necessary, use that to get help on her roll to figure out what it is.
Yeah, I'd say insight with a +2.
Okay. I'll just roll it and add the +2 manually. So 9.
Well,
Lucius,
there's the
come
emblem.
look at this and see if you can help. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. You can get assistance.
Yeah, I was going to get
Yeah.
assistance from people who can come look over my shoulder. Maybe we can get that to a 10.
Nope. I don't help. Although if seven could assist because this is a Skara wibbly wobbly
Yay.
nonsense. Oh, well, that brings it to 10.
That'll work.
Okay, so that is a ley line. There's a marking on it saying you're not used to the symbol, so it takes a bit of like sitting there and thinking what could that mean, and then you think about the theories of magic, and you guys have started to learn a little bit about old magic before modern symbology, more natural magic and stuff like that. You think back. And then Zevin remembers that there is another form of marking magic symbols, and that's the new Askaran magic method, which uses magic sphere notation. It's rarely used. It's only really used if you're going into like very esoteric, specific magitech things, like a train. Like the train has special markings on it. But like if it's a magic hand or magic cannon, things like that. But you wouldn't use it if you're talking about magic in general with other people. You just use the more common magic symbols just for ease, just to make life easier for everybody. So this symbol is a mix of an old symbol and a mix of a new symbol together, and it indicates that all ley lines, technically, if you were to somehow grab it and interact with it, it would be radiant light. That's what they run on, because they are literally light. They are the light of the world, the life veins of the countless realms. This is its antithesis, darkness.
Haha.
It's a dark ley
A
line.
dark ley line.
And a
I
dark ley
feel
line,
that
I'll
was
tell you, is an existing ley line that has been changed through geomancy.
So I'm going to throw this back at 7. Why would someone want to change a ley line to dark energy? What would the benefit be?
I guess it just like it kind of reverses the polarity, you know. It uses.
But
Wait.
what benefit does that provide anybody?
Wait a
Reversing the
minute.
polarity.
Wait. But if if one ley line could be turned into dark energy, if we were to assume that this precursor ruin here is the epicenter, and that from there this dark ley line can manifest and then spread.
Oh dear. Oh, kind of like poisoning the well, huh?
Could be.
I imagine that the Dark Sorceress could perform just about any kind of magic. It would be perhaps something on par with the alchemical sands we witnessed.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but since ley lines ordinarily give energy out everywhere they go, a dark ley line would absorb energy instead and
With a
actually be the
source.
antithesis of a normal ley line and like suck up all life energy. That would
Hmm.
be bad, bad, bad.
The three of us know, um, the light energy is what powers the towers and stuff. It's from
Hmm.
Soul's power that if you absorb it. I don't like that. I don't like that idea.
Yeah, and even scarier thought, if Morwenna is doing this, what could she do with all that power that she's siphoning?
Well, now we know if we want to get there, we're gonna need to ride the physical train lines, which means dealing with the Sultanate. I should choose the Sultanate or riding that.
Because because I'm noticing this now, we're at a six-way junction. So if this line here is siphoning energy, it's able to siphon from this entire network.
Right. Well, actually, this one's actually a physical track, not a ley line. So it's a five-way juncture, and one of the lines has been corrupted. But yeah, it's big. It's if it continues to spread and absorb energy like further, like Seven is conjecturing, we could be looking at apocalyptic level magic changes here.
Since you have the book, and one of you has you have the book of map, and you also another one of you has the book of ley lines. The train tracks follow the ley lines.
That's what I was
So
gonna
there is a ley
say.
line there too. So this was a six-way junction, and it is one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then. Wow. Is
Yeah, we
there
gotta
any
find
hint?
that records office.
Yeah, yeah, we look for the records office. Good idea.
You find it.
Agreed.
Its door is shut. Its windows barred. Well, shuttered.
The window
Like that's
is
gonna
properly
stop
closed.
us. Yeah. Like that's gonna stop us now.
Yeah, break it.
Okay. Thanks for breaking in.
Are you gonna pick a lock, or are we gonna like literally explode something? I feel like exploding something might not be our best idea when we're going into a records office where we want to read things.
I'll try to
Yeah,
pick the
we're
lock.
gonna pick it.
Yeah. Pick the
I
lock.
think
Yeah.
that's smart.
Okay, so you look for the main door, one of the side doors. And, well, you don't see a traditional keyhole. You see what appears to be a series of jewels. The top three, there's like 9, there's 10 of them. The top 3 are red, the middle 3 are green, the bottom 3 are blue, and the bottom one there is a white/black one at the bottom. Normally this be lit up, but it's unpowered.
Oh, my puzzle, Lamau.
Maybe we could pick one of the shutters on a window instead. If this is unpowered, we're not going to be able to like work it.
And all the power, the large magispheres that work as generators have been removed.
Yeah.
Okay, how about those shutters, GM?
You need some way to either destroy them or use an inventory point to get a pry bar and try to muscle one of them open.
I have
I'm
an alternative
inventory
option
plan.
I'd like to toss out. Just a
Oh.
thought for the GM.
Uh-huh.
Instead of an inventory point,
Mm-hmm.
can I throw out an idea? Since I can shapeshift, could I spend a Fabula point and shapeshift into something small enough to creep up underneath the shutter if we just pry it open a little bit and get inside and then open the door from the other side? Or open a shutter.
That would
open a
still,
window from
to
the other
pry it would require an inventory point anyway. You need
Gotcha.
something that's slim enough to get up and under to even move it a little bit.
But I mean, once we get it that far, it might be a much easier to roll to just open up that little bit, and then I could like shapeshift into a creature that can get in there, right?
Yeah,
Also,
you
you
can
had
do-
an idea more?
Sorry, what was that?
I heard more had an idea.
Oh, I was just tossing out that I could pay the inventory point without too much trouble.
Okay.
Cool.
Just pulls out a crowbar.
Yes.
I'll keep the shapeshifting in my back pocket if we don't roll high enough on the first check. Like maybe we can use that to get around making a harder second check.
Which just looks incredulously. Lady Duncan, what possessed you to pick up a crowbar during our last shopping trip?
It looks like it might be useful.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, she was right.
Besides, Seven often needs odd tools to work on the train.
Gremlin.
Yeah. I will try to pry the window.
I require might as part of it.
Oh dear. Okay.
Well, we can all help, right?
No, there's not enough room on the pry bar.
Okay then.
I have
Who's strongest
D8.
here?
I also have a D8 on my.
I think we all have a D8 except for maybe Lucius.
Yeah, I don't have a D8. I have a D6.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Lucius is the
Okay.
skinny little noodle.
We'll do it
Okay.
then.
Might will.
You can
Okay,
do might
good
will.
luck.
More wants to start. More can do it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
And there you go. You pop it, and then once you got it popped, then it's a matter of just muscle. You just have to get your hand under and then push it the rest of the way.
Okay.
The best kind of lockpicks. You're taking a page out of my Pathfinder character's book.
Have I ever told you about my D&D barbarian whose foot was lockpick?
Oh, is it like the kind of thing where it's like the Fonzarelli like hit the jukebox? Just except you kick the thing and it unlocks.
Funny.
Yeah. All right,
Or
we're in.
kick the door in.
Yep.
Oh,
Pardon.
I was giving them more credit than I should have.
But yes, we're in. Let's go.
Yes.
I'll
Clamber
crawl through
in.
the window.
Yep. I'll go first. That way, if something attacks from the darkness, I'll be ready to take the hit.
And we all, oh no, it's Aether. Too cute to hit.
You're able to get through the window with ease and step into the benighted records office. You don't
I
even
still have
see.
that,
You don't even see any magical lanterns or security drones. Not even like little surveillance drones like your beep boopy friend there. Because those guys are cheap. You can just have them floating around and just being mobile cameras. They're self-powered.
You hear that, Droney? The DM calls your kind cheap. Okay.
Johnny declares war on the DM.
Yeah, sorry.
Roll for
Lucius,
initiative.
Metagame
Lucius,
contact.
Lucius clambers in. Oh, I, the great Lucius, uh, brought low to the point of crawling in through windows like a common gutter snipe.
I thought you were just
Wow.
I thought you were just the humble first or last pilgrim now. What's this about the high and mighty? You're a million times more humble than thou art, right?
You're homeless. Well, no, you're not.
He's poor. Wait, no, he isn't. Says Vivius. He's sworn to poverty, says Imbrinius. Wait, no, he isn't.
Brinius, you don't have a problem with this, do you? Do you?
This isn't Coria Stellum, so I don't care.
Yes. Alright, let's go. Alright.
Romans don't care about
Stupid.
breaking other countries' laws. Only Roman laws
Hand in
matter.
hand, they climb through the broken window.
Yeah, heck, this is Ascara's stuff. They might give you a medal.
Yeah. Technically, this is a raid. If he wanted to brag about it, but he's not in the mood to brag anymore.
Yeah.
To the
I'll help
Legion.
people through as they climb in one by one and get their footing. And I'll ask, do we need a light in here? Is it dark or can we see?
It is benighted. The only light that's coming through is the shutter you've propped open, and that's not a lot.
Ah, snaps
Somebody's got a
fingers.
lantern. Fire
Creates a
arc on
little
lantern,
light. I create a little magic light.
right? Okay.
Nice.
Little silver, platinum, floating flame.
Boy, that came in useful for you quick.
Various things in the room glow with an aura in the light of the silver light.
Oh, Lucius is gonna start using that for special effects, isn't he?
Yes, hands.
Do the auras make me think maybe these things have some sort of magical or magitech function?
Insight's part of it.
We'll try to figure that out. Oh, I don't understand shit. You know what? I'd like to call to my curious creature-ness and try
Sure.
try that again.
Try sniffing it. Like a bunny.
Nipping it.
Yeah. So, yeah, 9.
You're pretty sure they're magical in some regard, but you're not sure to what degree, like what the aura colors mean.
Okay, well, I'll pass that along to everyone. I think these things that are glowing in your light may be magical items, but I don't know what form or function or power level they might be.
I see.
It's almost like they subscribe to certain schools of magic, but that's not a thing.
Yeah, not here.
What do you think, Seven? You're the expert on magical devices.
Yeah, I should be more specific. I just need to find the server. We can call the records. You guys can do whatever.
You need to find a server. What would a person who brings us sandwiches have to do?
I was just going to say, server, Vivius and Umbrinius are right here.
I thought I didn't realize you were thirsty.
No, like never mind. A big
Yeah,
block full of crystals, like the slates we saw in the tower.
Okay.
It's
Like we know what a
stupid
server
joke.
is.
It was a
That was
really
fun, though. That was
And
really
Brinius
fun.
Brinius
I
is
liked
more than a server to me. Vivius is okay at driving the train sometimes.
It's a little rough with it though. Like he tries to muscle it. It's like it's a mechanical switch. It's a Magitech mechanical switch. Just pull the lever and turn. It's not that you don't have to muscle it. It's fine. Actually, you shouldn't muscle it. If it's resisting, you probably shouldn't be trying. Can't conquer mechanical engineering. I mean, philosophically you can, but anyway. I believe an insight rolls in Zevin's future.
Yes. Insight.
I don't know.
Insight.
I don't think the rest of us know enough to even be able to help, do we?
No. You wouldn't know what to look
Yeah.
for. Look for a block. Thanks. There's lots of blocks in here. What does that mean?
There's one sitting right there on on Lucius's shoulders.
Zevin, you're able to find the main server room, but you encounter yet another keypadded door, which is undone.
Oh. Um,
I'm gonna wander over while she's examining it and say, "Is there a way you can think of to like temporarily power it so we can work the controls?"
oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna beckon Droney over.
Mm-hmm. Beep boop.
I'm gonna see if I can hook up. Gonna see if I can hook up Droney's little batteries to the door.
Dex is part of it. Just attach that there. Sprinkle a bit of sand on it. Okay, that lit up. And then a bit of crushed bolt crystal. And it gets a bit of a charge. Zap. Ow. Yep, that worked. Ow. Your fingertips are a little singed. Attach those to Droney. Starts blinking little warning lights that you've attached wires to them. You know, it's okay. But Droney dutifully beep boops at you to let you know. Which, hey, he's supposed to do that. Then you attach... That goes there on the keypad. That should be where its battery is. And then you need to ground the other one to that. And hey, the keypad lit up.
There we
You
go.
did it.
There we go.
Now we look at the door and try to figure out how to open it.
Insight is part of it. Now you're trying to guess at the passcode.
Yeah.
This one's a
fairly
post
sure
because
you
you have
did
to
the
try to
expert
outsmart
on
whoever set the code.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I will harm your character.
What
I
you're
mean,
thinking it was just like the basic initially set password?
No, there's
and
a
nobody
joke
ever
in there.
changed it?
There's a joke in there, and if he
Okay.
says it, he knows what will happen.
All right. I don't know the joke,
not a
but
bad idea.
I'm
Fake.
thinking since the power, I'm thinking before you do any other password, consider if the power's been completely disabled and then rebuilt, wouldn't it have reset and be at its generic password?
True. True.
Like, I mean, it's worth trying.
Would try it. If you do, I'd roll a d12 to see if you were randomly right.
Okay. Seven's gonna call everyone over and say, "Well, all right, it's generally the people who run these offices are idiots. I know because I have to fix their stuff. Um, some of them somewhere made a little paper slip with their password, and it's somewhere in this room, probably.
Have we seen any paper slips anywhere in this room?
It sounds like you could assist in the roll because of that.
Sure. I will attempt to assist.
Because I would represent
type
you
of
guys
roll?
wandering around looking for clues as to what the password may be, but
Sure.
as Evan's trying to trying to guess at which color a combination is supposed to be.
Yeah, I'll try to help too.
What kind of roll is it?
Insight's part of it.
Okay. I am not very helpful.
I am helpful.
And I am very helpful.
Mm.
If I had led the roll, it'd be a very good one.
That's 12.
That is 6. Between a lot of you, you're able to find little clues and hints as to which colors are what and which order, and you're able to input the correct password and to the keypad, and the door magnetically shunk unbolts, and then you hear a whir, 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 whir as it slowly shifts out of the way. You get the feeling if you tried to mite this door open, it would have been insanely hard. It's almost like these security doors are meant to prevent huge robotic things from opening them.
Right.
Incredible. I had the same combination on my luggage.
Lucius dies.
Yep.
I look over at Lucius. You should really change that.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. No.
Hey, out of curiosity, was that the default?
No.
No.
Just kidding.
It was close. They changed
If
two
I
digits.
rolled the d12 and I got a 1 or 2 because of 7, that would have been the correct answer. Anything 6 or higher, you would have set off some sort of security measure for hitting the default.
Still a pretty funny idea. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a clever idea anyway. All right, so, well, we're in. We're in. I ready my shield and I go in first again.
You step into darkness, and you see.
Light.
Well, you're in first, so yeah. Nothing attacks you though.
Good. Light.
You didn't step on a trap.
Anybody? Yeah.
You don't even hear
Somebody
anyone
bringing a light
breathing
or
in
a
there.
lantern?
Just you.
It's a good thing I'm comfortable with solitude. So, anybody want to come in here with me and bring a light?
Yep. Lucius follows in.
All right, Captain Sparkle Pants, you go first.
I'll come in after Lucius.
The group of
I
you
suppose.
enter and find yourself surrounded by many dark obelisks. They all look to
Oh.
be this. There's these seams where these floating obelisks should be lighting up. Zevin knows that they should, if they were powered, there'd be all the seams where these dark obelisks would light up in color, but they're all dark. To the rest of you, it's a bunch of floating crystals, just floating obelisks in
Well,
this room.
Well, I don't
he
know how
puts
you're
his
going to get any more.
puts his hands on, like he
Oh.
puts his hands on his hips and like smiles and just says, "Ominous."
I correct myself. I forgot what light source you're using. They all glow.
Oh.
They all
Yep.
glow with a yellow and red light.
That must mean something in the magical forms that her foreign magic works in.
Yep. He just again hands on his hips and he just says, "Yep, ominous."
Yeah, Zevin, you know that's not the correct. The thing that's making it glow, that's more like there's an aura around them. You know that if they were powered up, the seams would light up.
Mm.
And she just shoves Lucius aside. The sword.
Lucius dies.
Lucius dies. If Lucius dies, can I inherit Umbrinius and Vivius?
Sure, why not? You lose Droney, though. Actually, no, you wouldn't lose Droney. He's not your perk. You'd lose the train.
Horrifying. Horrifying.
So I'm going to look around at all these things and think, so I guess these aren't right? Is that right, Mort? They're not functioning right now? Or 7, sorry?
Mm. Yeah, well, power isn't flowing.
Well, I don't think Droney would be enough, but maybe we could, like, run a cable to the train and power it up from the train's engine?
Also, you're having a lot of good ideas today.
That's all I'm good for. And I kind of frown a little bit.
Oh, you're also fluffy and cute. And you're my friend.
Thank you.
And could take a lot of damage.
I get big saucer plate eyes. I'll go get a cable, and I'll go hopping back.
That will cost you 3 inventory points. That's a lot of cable to go from the train all the way
That's okay.
here.
I'll do it because, like, I don't really need inventory for that much compared to everyone else here. So I'll spend mine.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Y'all save yours for important things.
Don't gnaw anything important.
How did you know I was gnawing on things?
She's like,
It's
a fire like cable that she's been gnawing through this entire invention. She breaks and
Yeah.
she's like, oops, and she hides it.
Eventually, I will make.
on.
I eventually make my way back, lugging and unrolling cable. I say I hooked it up to the engine, so all we have to do is start the train. But you should probably check the connection and make sure I didn't get it backwards. Mr. Tittlesworth helped, and I'm
Thank you,
unrolling
Mr.
the other
Tittlesworth.
end into the door as I finish. And I look
Kerthunk.
a little bit winded.
It is, yeah, because it's a big, heavy cable.
It's big. It's a lot, right?
It's
And I've
like
been
carrying
kind
a
of
fire
rolling
hose
with
with full of water, except it's full of Magitech spheres. It's a pain to lug this around.
Yeah. Sure.
And
But
it
yeah,
rattles.
I finish and I lay it down. I'm like, huh. Yeah, you should go back and check the connection of the train before we try this.
So we don't immolate ourselves? Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. And she's going to. Can I use Droney as a remote detonator?
Oh,
Do you...
Oh, I mean, remote activator, right?
Okay, yeah. Oh,
Thank you.
I had questions.
I'm like, detonator. Wait, what are we doing to this room?
It's like I didn't know I was
With all
doing
of us standing in it?
like I didn't know I was doing a treason subplot. Surprise on me. Yeah, 7. You can give me insight with +2.
Huh. Funniest line of the night. Good job. That was a good one.
Oh, I see how it is.
Okay, insight. There we go. +2.
Mm-hmm. Using Droney and your deep familiarity with how this tech works, yeah, it looks a little weathered, almost like something gnawed on the cable, but the cables are pretty durable. It'll be fine, and it's hooked up properly. It can activate the train pretty easily. It's just a simple. You even go out of the trouble to just activate, not the look. You don't disengage the brakes or anything. You just activate the engine to like a more standby mode. Which is also known as camping mode. It's enough to keep the lights on, keep the heater going, but not enough to move the train. Even if someone shoves the controls, it won't do anything. It's not powering that part of the train. It's just powering basic bolt spheres and flame spheres and stuff. So same idea. You just turned on a lot of bolt spheres to give power to follow down the line.
And of course, it probably has a brake, like the train would have a brake
You,
switch somewhere too. Yeah.
Yep.
All you have to do, supposedly, would be to plug it into the server network.
Let's plug it in then.
You find the cable that normally would be would hook up to the larger network. You unplug that. You plug yours in.
Damn it, it's micro USB.
All the obelisks at every seam glow with a light blue sheen, and they begin to rotate in place, and they show various readouts on their faces.
Let me try turning it on and off again. And then those Jays are behind me.
You see rays of light zip between them as they start connecting to each other. To the untrained eye, it looks like these things are firing some sort of beams of fire at each other, or radiant beams, actually, which you may think is dangerous, but Zevin knows that they're low-powered. They're meant to connect them all together, so even if you're at one obelisk, you can access the obelisk at the other side of the room, so you don't have to physically walk around like it's a library.
Yep. So you gotta be careful at touching too many at once, or it makes your hair stand on end.
Yeah. And whatever you do, don't topple the obelisks into each other. Lots of bad things happen if you do that. There's a reason they're spread out the way they are.
Don't cross the beams.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, that's a
All right,
motto
well-
of certain ghost hunters.
Meanwhile, Vibius is just like touching one of them, and his hair is just like.
So it's frizzing up, and Brinius has a slap at his hands. Quit that. We're working.
I love them. Love them so much.
You love them so much, why don't you marry them?
No.
Well, that's old.
And anyways, server.
Well, do you think you can get anything off of these 7?
All right, I'm just gonna display the last few text logs. 2 weeks back, starting from there, move forward.
It asks for an access glyph.
Oh, what? Yeah. Can I spoof it?
For you either need to do an opposed insight roll or you can spend 3 inventory points and pull out a fake sigil that can help you just hack into it, as it were. These are the sort of things you might find in certain Oscar and black market vendors. I was like, I'll get, if you're in a server room, you can grab this, it'll get you in. Not, you know.
She never thought she'd be using this again.
So you pull out this glowing, light blue, almost translucent thing. If Zevin wasn't holding it, you guys would see straight through it. Like, it would be hard to, if she dropped it on the floor, you wouldn't be able to see it for a while. You would think it blended in with the floor. But when she touches into it, it shatters and dissipates, and then you have the magical tablet stops showing various danger and attack glyphs, and then shows divinational glyphs.
Okay, great, okay. And now I'm gonna display the last few weeks of logs.
Give me insight at +4. Part of +2 is because you're very familiar with the tech. The other +2 is the obelisk network is helping you because you're an active user. So.
Oof.
Oof.
If you want a Fabula, I can give you one.
Coach me, Lucius.
Would you like one?
Yes.
Okay. I will do my trust in you. I can spend a Fabula and invoke one of their traitor bonds in order to let them reroll their dice. So, if you have a traitor bond that would apply to this,
I'm a mechanic by trade. I've been working with tools since I was old enough to walk. And I'm not getting locked out of a server.
Fair enough.
yep.
Also, I can't do this in front of Imperdius. I can't. I can't.
And then additionally, because I have a bond with you, you also, I don't think it matters because I think you're full up. You would regain 20 mind points.
I don't use mind points, so sorry. But okay, insight. There we go. +4. 20. Oh,
So.
Wow.
how do you coach 7 through this?
I'm sure that you know what you're doing. Look, if they organize this just like any other library, maybe try looking at it that way.
There we go. One moment.
If I may add somewhat humorously, other than bringing in the cables and plugging things up, she really wasn't much help. Just stands around and watches at this point.
You could sit on Zevin's lap and she could pet you like an evil cat.
You can hold Mr. Tittlesworth for that.
And she just
That's what he's
hold the hamster under
Yeah.
with her thumb.
Sure. He loves it. Dumb question. I'm sure somebody knows offhand. What class in the main book gets a pet?
Wayfarer.
You should
Wayfarer.
get Mr. Tittlesworth Wayfarer.
Yeah, I'm considering my last class might be Wayfarer just so that I can make Mr. Tittlesworth an actual character
You can do this.
as a possibility. Like, I haven't decided what I want for my last class yet. But that's an option. That would be fun. Yeah. Purely for the fun value.
Just make sure you don't detonate him like I do, Droney.
No, no. I don't think Mr. Tittlesworth comes with a detonate option. But he might develop a go for the eyes option, right? Hmm. But no, I'm probably not really going to do that, but it would be amusing.
And so you start pulling up various log entries, sifting through stuff that's not terribly relevant because you're getting log entries for like everyone at the dig site, and some of it is just work logs, some of it is logistics, some of it is weather reports, some of it is someone's bad poetry. So it's like, okay, you want to find information you actually care about. So and with that role, you're actually getting quite a lot. You're actually finding ways to collate and cross-reference and compare, and then seeing names that are mentioned in one document, they're mentioned in another document, which means that they're, even if they don't say they're related, they probably are related. That one has a code number to it, which probably means it's related to that other code number. On and on and on as you're going through it and pulling them all together, so you can see them all on one screen rather than having to wander around the various obelisks trying to read them in separate places. Like, no, put them all here so I can read them and then see them all in the same place and try to figure out what the heck happened here.
Mm-hmm.
And it does take a considerable amount of time to pull this together. First glances, though, you can tell that there was some sort of evacuation order called. There was a visitor. There was a new find recently. And that's when you started digging more and more. Okay, who was the visitor? What did you find? What happened? What attacked you? Or who attacked you even, right? But one thing you are very clear on, there was a clear, like, this is a full critical evacuation. It was a no. Evacuation's more important than anything. Seal off the entire area. And then I send you a whole bevy of information. 1 second. DM me this.
Oh, you're DMing it to me. Let's see how fast you hit the word count.
That's probably going to be a Word document. I'm not going to lie. Or text document. No, it didn't hit the limit. Hey.
Shock and amazement.
Hooray. Oh wow, you wrote this fast. Congrats. Okay. 1 second. My parents are doing something. Sorry. Never mind. We're good. Okay. Let me start reading this. Pre-sundering, gold tech walls, light stones, prism chamber. Oh, empath filters room. Okay. Well, figured out who the visitor was.
Oh?
She starts with the letter M.
Oh.
Oh. And does that name happen to end with Orwena?
Subtle.
Yeah.
I think we're past the point of subtlety.
Oh, you are, sir. I'm not. Thanks, Fabius.
Yep. Some people got I think it might be star sickness. What was to say? Participants stable minds absent, reflections walking. Halls are turning unstable. A hallway ate someone. Oh, I don't trust any doors. Okay, all right. Yeah. Casualty protection 60%. Entry to Jewel Wing forbidden. Mormon is on a trajectory towards the capital. Oh, right.
So what happened?
Well, she showed up, and then all of a sudden the hallways became eyes and teeth, and the people lost their minds. And
The hallways became eyes and teeth.
yes, it could be like metaphorical, like threshers or something, but and laser cannons. But you never know.
So they got the hell out of Dodge because they basically think they basically all kind of went crazy, maybe? Like they
There was a
hallucinated?
formal recall order about.
Right.
So
Corby, does this not sound to me like the sort of tactics that the Dark Sorceress Morwenna could use? Or has used in the past? With her magic?
Insight with +2.
Okay. And if it helps, I also have 2 bonds, one of hatred and one with mistrust to the sorceress.
For those to fire, you'd need to spend a Fabula.
Gotcha. And you said what stat was I rolling?
Insight.
Okay, with a +2, that's fine. That's going to give me a 9. Not the best roll, but I'll conjecture it anyway.
You can conjecture it to some degree. It's not. You don't think it's beyond her capacity, but you're not familiar with her doing that sort of attack. She's more of an elementalist and an evoker type threat. This seems rather a roundabout way for her to just. If she wants to destroy her enemies, she just blows them up.
Right. Or convinces them to blow each other up,
Yeah.
right?
or she gets a big thing to blow everyone up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Okay.
blowing up.
Yeah. Did the things that you looked at have any sort of like indication of how long ago this happened?
Oh, well, we got Sultanate date 114-808-03. And how long ago was that, GM?
You think for a bit, trying to convert it to a number that they use, because you know what it means, but it's like, oh, hold on, I have to translate that to countless realm, like something that's universal. You would say about 6 weeks ago.
Well, it was 6 weeks ago. I was off.
Well, that would have
get
been
to carry
before
the
the
3.
sorceress. Yeah. That would have been before the sorceress came here, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Sorry. That'd be days. Sorry. You're 100% right. I have the wrong time scale in my head. That's on me.
I forgot to add the exponent. Okay. It's 6 days.
Well, then that coincides with when the sorceress came here, right? Roughly? Or right after? She could be involved with this somehow. It seems likely. Okay, so what are we going to do with this information? What are we able to use it for? Anything?
Don't know.
To give you an
But it's a
idea,
start.
you've been traveling for about 13 days since you've arrived here
Okay.
in Ascara.
Got it.
Yeah, because we had to we had to like backtrack like 3 times.
Right.
Yeah.
But also we got lost in a shared hallucination for like 3 weeks that turned out to only be a few days, right? Like a
Or like
lot of
it was like a night.
Yeah, but to us it seemed like it took forever because we were
Yeah.
walking through that desert for a long, long time. We
Mhm.
lost track of time practically. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the only thing we can really be sure of is that it happened after she got here, so there's certainly the possibility that she's involved in whatever's going on here. Do you think all the other camps are in the same boat? Was there any sort of indication that this was a general call to all the camps, or is it only this one?
Oh. No, it was just this swing. But honestly, if it was here too, then they've also probably gotten the item.
Hmm.
Just saying. This was 6 days ago. She can move past.
Do you think that what happened when the ley line was turned dark? Like maybe that's the result of it?
The big thing is the prisms. The prism chamber is energy and emotion. Let's see. That's the other reason why I gave up IT paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jewelful crown of memory, crown of ruin emphasis of peer through 1,000 minds and discern the truest version of the shared truth. The North Wing, but
I have one other thing I can think of that we might be able to use to understand this a little better. Is there a way that we can check the northeast ley line to determine how long it's been dark energy, or if it's always been dark energy, or if it's something that happened recently? And if necessary, maybe we could even put together a ritual to learn that information if we can't learn it without a ritual.
You can attempt. You guys saw the ley line from the train station, so you could do an insight roll. It's gonna be high. I'll warn.
Yeah, I'd like to start with like Seven's understanding of ley lines and work from there. Like maybe she can lead a roll,
I don't
and
know.
the rest of us can help by putting our heads together. And if we can't make it from there, then we can go from there. What do y'all think of that idea? Do y'all think it's important to know that, or not really a big deal?
I don't know. My only concern is that if we do a ritual to figure something out about the ley line, the risk is really high because
Right. Well, we may not need a ritual if we make the roll in the first place, though. So maybe we can start with the study action, see where to go from there. What do y'all think?
I mean, study action's always a decently good idea.
Yeah.
Sure. Who wants to lead? Like any of us could, I guess, but I feel like thematically, Seven is the most appropriate.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll all put our heads together and see what we can figure out about that ley line. We'll go examine
okay.
it.
We'll examine the ley line. I'm gonna download these records to Droney so I have a copy of them forever and ever, and thus they stay in my DMs.
Yep. Essentially. That's why you spent all that time collecting them in one place so you could download them all from the same obelisk, so you wouldn't have to run around to 4 or 5 of the stupid things. Like, no, all in one place, one big download there. And yeah,
Should
sure, you
I,
can put them back
like-
where they were, or stay here. I honestly don't care, you know.
Should I unhook these cables and like bring them back in? Because
You
we
want to
probably
take
don't
the
want to
obelisk
leave.
with us?
Yeah, we probably don't want to leave evidence that we were here, do we?
I don't care. Security's disabled.
Yeah, but someday the Sultanate may come back.
Oh no, the Sand Raiders! Oh no! It's
We'll
fine.
worry about it later. I'll worry about collecting the cable later.
Yeah, let's go investigate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your lead?
I guess I'm leading insight.
Insight, yep.
I'm helpful.
I will try to help. Hey, I'm actually hopeful this time.
Well, I can't raise it any higher.
Well, you can get it to a
Uh,
15.
yeah, but oh wait, yeah, you're right. 15 would be a
Well, 16
uh
is the real good break point, but still, you never know if there's modifiers. Like, we don't know what we're rolling against.
okay, yeah, that's 15. We all helped.
So you all think about it. You've all become far more versed in ley lines than your average adventurers would be, just because you travel by them so often. So you're just exposed to them more often than anyone. And probably all of you have spent some time talking about it, chatting about it, maybe reading a book about it just as a thing to do. And between all of you, well, I ask you, what is it in particular you would like to know?
Hmm. Has the polarity of this ley line been inverted recently, or is this just how this ley line has been? And
Within the last 6 days.
is it
Ooh.
spreading?
Yes.
Oh
I was right.
no.
I was right. I was right. I
Okay.
called it.
Oh,
This is what happened.
Corby,
This
why are
is
you
why they
doing
had to
this
leave.
to us?
Damn.
Corby, I'm lying down in the sand right now. Let the
I
sand
think
take me.
I think I know where we're gonna have to go to get to the heart of this.
At a bar.
Yeah.
The most exclusive forbidden land area in the entire kingdom, the entire sultanate.
It's not like there's a mandatory death penalty for trespassers, right?
No, it's kill on sight.
Yeah.
Well, I
No
mean, if we
exceptions.
don't go, it could mean the destruction of the entire kingdom.
Mm.
Now,
I don't
here's
I
where I
don't think
have
we
to
have time to go get permission.
agreed. Um, have to wonder though if we were to have to travel all the way around to avoid the inverted ley line,
Or
that would take multiple days of travel. That would take let me see.
Right, but a ley line
One,
is a ley line. We may still
two,
be able to travel on it
three,
with some
4.
adjustments.
It would take 4 days. Whereas if we were to somehow have a way to safely traverse the dark ley line, it would take
Yeah.
2 days.
Do we think we can travel the dark ley line or adjust the train to be able to do it?
since you guys made the roll, the dark ley line, you are basically slowed to 1 hex at a time.
Okay.
Three.
But
Okay,
it's
I
still
mean
faster
that's
than going around.
yeah, because that's 3 days as opposed to 4.
Right.
Because basically the
And
ley line's going to keep trying to drain your bolt spheres, and it will. So you just have to keep replacing the bolt spheres. So that slows you down. If you make a roll, an appropriate insight roll, you can get yourself back up to full speed. Basically, you're being very efficient with your swaps. So you're spending as little time as possible with no power.
Does this mean that theoretically, in lore, we could potentially run out of spheres and like die in the desert? So if this is a
Yes.
video game, this is a video game, I assure. Hopefully, we can't die
Well, you
in
be
the desert.
defeated, which is, Fabula Ultima. That's different.
yeah.
Okay.
Fortunately, if we manage to get to here, we might be able to push the last day on foot.
True.
Right.
Though, once we are like close enough, can I like ground the train?
Yeah, you
Like
you'd
off the ley
purposely.
line so it doesn't, so we don't drain the battery like a car left out in winter.
Yeah, you basically would purposely, very gently, jump the rail and just ground yourself in the sand. It's a bit of a pain to get back on, but thankfully it's ley lines, not actual rails, so you can actually kind of you can get yourself back on if you're a skilled operator of a train, which you are. Although I will warn, the only person who could get it back on is Zevon. Seven's the only one who's qualified to re-rail an unrailed train.
So we can't lose 7 for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Q7's heroic sacrifice at the end of this adventure, right?
Not to mention, I think, it's risky, but taking the dark ley line might be our best bet, because that's probably the last direction they expect us to come from.
So we should definitely do that. Yes. Okay.
The only concern is, do you think they would be able to detect us? Do you think Morwenna would be able to detect us?
I'm pretty sure she's already detected us if she can anyway. Like if she has a way to detect us, she already knows we're coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm pretty
Whether we're
sure
on the dark
she-
lane line or not. Like if she's watching out for us, she probably knows we're coming. I'm gonna
pretty
begin
sure
like
she's been
rolling
watching
in
us
that
for a
table.
while.
Yeah. I think she's probably been watching for us for a while, yeah. I'm gonna roll in that cable and bring it all back in. Try to push the shutter back down over that window that we broke open and all that too. Once I do.
Easily done. Well, with time and effort. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will spend the effort re-rolling in the cable and putting it away and all that.
Yep.
Push the shutter back down over the window and place it back where it belongs. Like it probably won't lock back into place fully, but at least it'll be where it belongs, right?
Yeah, and the window will be broken, and there'll be shards of glass
Yeah.
everywhere.
That's fine.
And you won't be able to lock it because you're not on the inside; you're on the outside.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's
make
like
sure
we
to
were
gather
never
up-
there.
Make sure to gather up Mr. Tittlesworth.
He lives here now.
Yeah, he's coming with me.
So what do you do, adventurers?
Exciting.
Let's drive this train uphill both ways.
In the sand.
So you start heading to Radabara along the dark ley line.
The only question is there anything we want to do here? Is there any further exploration do we want to do here? Because didn't we hear that there might be an artifact of some descriptor here?
We checked the ruins and found nothing, though.
You did not check the ruins. You rode through them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, I suppose that's a thought.
Yeah, why
While
don't
we're
we
here,
research
do we
them?
want to spend one more day searching?
Might as
Yeah.
well.
I'm not against it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're here. Like, the only question is before we leave this place, Seven, can you find any information about any promising leads within the ruins themselves? Here.
Here.
At this site.
Well, this site is for the Radiant Political Prism Chamber, which has psychic sensitivity and stuff. They got like straight up empath filters on here, and it's some big stuff. The jewelful crown of memory, a crown that apparently allowed ruling archons to peer through 1,000 minds and discern the truth version of shared truth. It would have been in the North Ring there, but it's kind of like looking through funny mirrors that have been warped with heat, and except you see like 1,000 different lives. It never happened, and then people got their brains pulled out, and then people got their spines pulled out, and then like their first there was their souls, and then there was their spines, and a bunch of illusions and psychic stuff, and then we have the halls of eyes and the doors of teeth and stuff.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to fool around with those.
I like to imagine that like Lucius, Vibius, and Umbrinius are all just like wide-eyed in just like abject terror. Like
Right.
even stoic Umbrinius.
Like when you describe that item pulling people's brains out, that artifact having such severe drawbacks, I'm like, do we really want to go after that thing?
Yeah, nope.
I don't think we need that.
Well, a good news. We don't need to go after it. Bad news is because Morena has it.
What path our hero shall take, whether they dare to venture for an artifact that may have a great use to them, or they rush forth across a dark ley line after the heels of Morena, we'll have to find out next time. For all of you watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. We'll see you all again next time. Bye.
Hi, great game. Thank you.
Bye.
Whew. Ooh, we clawed back some time.
Yeah.
That
A
was
little
good.
bit.
Yeah, you guys were really... The mines were not going to be super dangerous, I didn't think, but I knew that increased mine chances of getting doubles a lot. And I was like, if I get enough clocks tick up, your story kind of
This thing's
ends.
kicking off.
Hey, so good. Remember, everyone, you're all wanted enemies of the Empire now, because not only were you trespassing on restricted ground, but you're also foreigners.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sure they will rescind that once we save the world or save the kingdom or whatever.
Here's hoping.
Mm,
Maybe.
It very please they'll give you a pardon and it'll cause 2 months worth of paperwork.